Welcome to my channel, friends. Today's message was powerful. It was about faith, strength, and Jesus. Because the gym trained the body, but Jesus trained the soul. And in life, both were necessary. Every morning, people woke up with a battle inside them, a battle between the body and the spirit, between the sweat on the gym floor and the prayers in the heart, between lifting iron and lifting faith. They believed strength came from lifting weights, but real strength had always come from lifting faith. Muscles fade, but character lasts forever. In the gym, every rep burned. Muscles ached, arms shook, and the body said, "Stop." But they didn't stop. They pushed harder. Pain was never the enemy. It was the teacher. Jesus worked the same way with their souls. He allowed trials, heartbreaks, and setbacks, not to break them, but to build them stronger. He showed them that the heaviest weight could become the strongest lesson. In the gym, every rep burned. Muscles ached, arms shook, and the body said, "Stop." But they didn't stop. They pushed harder. Pain was never the enemy. It was the teacher. Jesus worked the same way with their souls. He allowed trials, heartbreaks, and setbacks not to break them, but to build them stronger. He showed them that the heaviest weight could become the strongest lesson. The gym tested their bodies, but life tested their faith. When they fell, when the weight became too heavy, Jesus was always there. He lifted them when they couldn't lift themselves, reminding them that strength was never only in the arms, it was in the heart. They lifted 200 pounds of iron, but could they lift their faith when the world let them down? They trained their muscles every day, but did they train their hearts to forgive? They built strength for the present, but Jesus built endurance for eternity. The gym gave discipline. Faith gave purpose. The gym gave endurance for the body. Faith gave endurance for the soul. They discovered that the hardest workouts taught the greatest lessons. Pain was temporary. Strength was permanent. Failure was a teacher. Faith was eternal. They built their bodies for this world, but Jesus built their souls for eternity. The gym gave confidence. Faith gave peace. The gym transformed the body. Faith transformed the life. They trained their bodies, but they also fed their faith. When they walked with Jesus, they never trained alone. Life lessons from the gym. 1. Discipline beats motivation. They showed up even when they didn't feel like it. Faith works the same way. Pray even when your heart is tired. 2. Consistency beats intensity. You can't grow in a day. Faith grows the same way. Small daily steps make a strong spiritual foundation. 3. Pain is a teacher. Muscles break to grow. Hearts break to grow. Trust the process, even when it hurts. 4. Strength comes with surrender. In the gym, they controlled every rep. In life, they surrendered control to Jesus, and that made them stronger than ever. The gym measured strength in pounds. Faith measured strength in love, patience, and courage. They realized that the strongest people were not always the ones with the biggest muscles. The strongest people were the ones who never gave up, even when life pressed harder than any weight. Every scar, sore muscle, and struggle reminded them that growth required sacrifice. Every time they prayed, leaned on Jesus, or trusted his timing, they realized the strongest lifts were the ones unseen. They understood that faith and fitness were not separate. Both required patience, heart, and dedication. Both rewarded those who persevered. They trained hard in the gym. They lifted heavy. But more importantly, they trained their hearts, souls, and minds. They fed their faith. They trusted God. With Jesus, they could lift more than just weights. They could lift their dreams. They could lift their burdens. They could lift their lives. The gym gave strength for the body. Jesus gave strength for the soul. The gym built endurance for today. Jesus built endurance for eternity. True strength had never been about the gym at all. It had always been about walking with Jesus. Daily reflections for motivation. Every morning they woke up and thanked God for their body, their health, and their opportunities. Every evening they reflected on their struggles, and they remembered God had carried them through the day. Every failure became a lesson. Every success became a testimony. Closing lines. Thank you for watching, friends. If this message touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay faithful, stay strong, and remember, with Jesus, every rep has